Okay, the next pattern that we're going to look at is that at the square of a binomial. I'm going to go ahead and do the first one with you. There's two. The first one is a plus b squared. Okay, and I believe that is going to be a squared plus b squared. You know, you give this exponent of 2 to both of them. A lot of you guys uh, will say that, and that is actually completely wrong. Um, but I still get, even in pre-cal, I still do get, actually, even in calculus, I get a lot of you all to say that it's a squared plus b squared, and that is not what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to actually go back, and this right here is really saying a plus b times a plus b. In other words, you're seeing it twice. And if you go through the whole FOIL process, which in this case I'm not going to go through it, but I'll just show you the pattern. It is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Then the next one is going to be a minus b squared, and that pattern expands to be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So as you can see, it's the same thing as the previous one. The only difference is that this has a plus, which makes complete sense because this plus right here stems from this plus right here. Likewise, this minus right here stems from this minus right here. Okay? So I'm going to basically just give you, instead of you trying to memorize these formulas, kind of a 3-4 simple steps to help you remember this. So let's start off with something easy. I'm going to say, and I forgot what examples I'm on, or if I'm labeling them as examples, but we'll start out with something simple. And let's say y, let's stay with x plus 3 squared. Okay. This is what I like to tell my students. Basically what happens is you square the first. Here's the first. You square that and you get x squared. You multiply the first times the second. So what's x times positive 3? X times positive 3. It's a 3x. Well, then now you double it. Hence, that's where that 2 from the formula is coming from. When you double that 3x, you get a 6x. And then you say square the last. So what's 3 squared? 9. And that's it. Even if you don't believe me and you have to do it at the beginning the long way, in other words, the FOIL way, you can do that. It's a little waste of time, but if you don't believe me, FOIL that and you will get that right there. You will definitely get that. The next example that I'm going to do is, let's actually do it backwards. Let's do 7 minus x squared. This shouldn't be a problem. Okay, same concept. Square the first. So what is 7 squared? 49. Multiply the first times the second. So what's a 7 times a negative x? 7 times a negative x gives you negative 7x. Well, double that. If you double a negative 7x, you get a negative 14x. And then square this last one. Square this negative x. Well, I don't know if you have caught on, but every time you square something, it's always positive. Regardless if you're squaring a negative or a positive, it's always going to be positive. So you end up getting positive x squared. And that's your answer here. Okay, again, if you don't believe me, do 7 minus x times 7 minus x. Go through the whole FOIL process, and you will get this right here. Okay, let's do a little something more difficult, and this will be the last one that I will do in regards to patterns, and it's going to be 3x squared minus 5, and we're going to square that. Still the same concept. Square the first. Well, here's the first. It's a lot more different than what you're used to. Well, let's square the number first. 3 squared is 9. And then we got to worry about squaring this. Well, when you square a square, that's going to be x to the 4th. Okay, and then you multiply the first times the second. Well, what's a 3x squared over here times a negative 5? That's a negative 15x squared. Double that negative 15x squared, and you get a negative 30x squared. And then you square the last, so square the negative 5, and you get a positive 25. And that's our expanded version. Okay, I'm going to leave you with 4 problems to do. So whatever Mr. Marks expects you to do with these problems, but these are some just good practice problems. So let's do number 1. Let's do 3x squared plus 9y minus 5 minus 4y squared minus, just realized I did completely changed letters. Let's go ahead and change this then I'll change this to y. So it should be 3y squared plus 9y minus 5 minus 4y squared minus 5y plus 3. So this is going to be a subtraction 1. Make sure you distribute that. Let's do number 2. Let's do an addition 1. So we'll say x squared plus 5x minus 7. X squared plus 5x minus 7 plus 5x squared minus 11x. 5x squared minus 11x minus 6. Then we'll move on to number 3. The last 2 will be multiplying. So I will say let's do x plus 4 times x squared plus 6x minus 11. And then the last one will be (3p plus 1 times p plus 3 times p plus 1. Okay, go ahead and do those. I'm not sure if Mr. Marks is going to pick those up or if he's going to count them as part of your grade, so I do suggest that you do those. If you have any questions or concerns, you are more than welcome to come and ask me. I do stay, I think, by 3:30 I'm usually gone because I do teach at Lamar Port Arthur at night. So you're more than welcome to ask me. I'm usually gone by 3:30. I'll usually stay till 3:45, maybe on a good day, but usually out by 3:30. And I am here in the mornings at 6:30. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Just remind me that you're in Algebra 2 from Mr. Marks, because otherwise I'll be looking at you crazy. So with that said, I'm done for this lesson. I hope you've learned a bit, and we'll continue from there tomorrow. Have a good day.